This is going to be a funny one, and especially if you have seen Harry Potter, you will relate to this character. You will see these characters coming up. Even if you haven't, you will notice. Just notice the title, the Voldemort Syndrome. Voldemort. You can pronounce that. Why I'm speaking about this? So Harry Potter is a series written by J.K. Rowling, describing a magical world, a fictitious magical world, and I'm where even children are embarked on a journey to learn witchcraft and wizardry, and basically spells, and it's all fictitious. Nobody has a wand and says well, this is not a wand, this is an incense stick. But let's say Wingardium Leviosa, this doesn't happen actually. Essentially, I would like to draw a parallel um, between Hogwarts and Indian education system right now. This is a two-parter. So there are 5, 6. Okay, why am I using this as a pointer? It's an unfiltered video. So there are 2, 3 types of characters. You'll see students like Hermione Granger. You will also see some happy-go-lucky all-rounders like Harry Potter. You will also see some people who are nervous, like Neville. You'll see bullies. Have you seen particularly this character Voldemort? I'm not talking about how the story progresses, the tendencies. In the 7th book or the 7th movie, you will see Voldemort had been a good student. Obviously, a charming character, the sly one, that silver tongue, who had actually gained the favors for everybody, modified or rigged the system to let. He even opened a big snake chamber of secrets. So let the big snake kill a lot of. So that is like devastation pro max. That happened. Now, what I want to say, most of us, like who have grown up, are not Voldemorts, but there are some tendencies which I'm noticing, which I can relate to it. What happens is the school system in India, the education system, it brings up 3 or 4 kinds of tendencies in people. See, as humans, you are born in certain if I am a human, I'm born to a certain set of parents. Technically, the spiritual context goes even further. Your jivatmas, the soul. But if you are born as a human, it's a practicality of life. You are given with the body, you're given with an identification, and that leads you to now study. You start your life going to a kindergarten, and there are certain things which are ingrained. Most of which you will not remember, some of you will. Some you will remember, but the body remembers it all. Slowly, you start understanding what is expected out of you. Okay, this is subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4. This is the maximum marks, this is the type of pattern of question. That is the general statement thing will come in. And nobody is focusing on what is being taught and how it is being taught. Very few. You will have, slowly you start going through the system. You will find this is one person who has a charm to sway everybody. Sway this every particular teacher, no matter how. Some teachers would see some tendencies, but yes, those patterns of narcissistic abuse. What will happen? This when he is rigged up, he will grow up to rig up every system in college. He will sabotage others. Remember, Mr. Voldemort, he actually took 3 people into a cave and made them insane, but that is very rare. We don't have magical powers like that. Some people might. I don't know. Yeah. These are funny instances I'm going to, but yeah, coming back to the track. One person gets so one of this person, he goes away everywhere, he enters a corporate life, or to kuch like, nothing more happens out of it, because somewhere or the other that thing fails. So he would see, he'll still try to play the game, rise up to the ranks, and he will basically use his wand and add. It takes some effort to burn that match, but yeah, this is what he will do. It still takes some effort. This is what he's going to do. Now, some of these are the equals. Some of them are juniors, some of them are seniors who are being burned. The problem is this Voldemort himself, after a while, he'll also burn. It will take some time, but it will also burn. The problem today, what I'm seeing is these Voldemorts. They can be they could be anybody. But you might identify them. They're burning everything around because the school system has taught them. See, I, over the period of past 5 to 8 years, have met 400 plus clients or so. And the most of them are not coming with a happy face that everything is going good in my life. Most of them are like being burnt. तो ये smokes मेरे पास आते हैं थोड़ा सा. And instead of getting disgusting feeling about that, but I try to say, okay, this is the cause of your smoke. This is what you might. So that is very individualistic, but I've seen some patterns. Some patterns which I've identified with Indian education system. Precisely Indian, because obviously some flavor it is global, because it's not technically induced in India. It was created centuries ago, but those people have learned from their mistakes, improved long back ago. India mein, like, so point is these Voldemorts have a tendency कि in my time frame I have experienced certain kind of pain. So I'll tell you a few tendencies of these Voldemorts. One, themselves, they are not very happy. They have certain pride in that they have gone through some struggles, they have cracked the code, but are not very happy because the code keeps on changing. And two, they would try to over glorify the struggle and under glorify the improvements. Have you ever seen these some college professors who would say, why do you need an AC? There was a whole fiasco that happened in Delhi University, that I would put cow dung and misrepresenting Indian knowledge, and somebody who has experience into knowledge of Vedas, somebody who has experience into knowledge of organic biochemistry, backflower, things like that. I would say it's not exactly true. Surely cow dung and things like that have some properties, but it's not exactly like that. You're misrepresenting the facts and like, but the tendency I'm questioning. There's a tendency of glorifying the abuse, and sadly, see what happens is when you're climbing that pyramid, because not everybody, if 800 people are joining a company, not 800 are becoming the CEOs of that very company, and not even like in equivalent organizations. Slowly, somewhere or the other, people figure out this might be exactly not what they want. This might be too much pressure with too little reward. And once you see na, ki somebody coming at 55 crore rupees salary, you don't know the kind of thing he has given out. But he values, so attachment is so much that he wants to overburden. Sorry, the smoke is coming in, and I'm so sorry. It's not normally that painful, but yeah. Sometimes the smoke makes me cry. So that's why I'm making this video. See, Voldemort ka koi solution. There's no solution of Voldemort. You cannot even kill these. Some of them you can just stay away. Do not speak his name mentally. Yes, those are standard tactics to deal with narcissists. But sometimes you might not be able to. There are things you can do. But I want to target something deeper. Obviously, education system is not the only thing, but there are some things which improve if you change some conditionings. From Jan 2020, 1st of Jan, till July 1st of 2025, I just did a Google problems with Indian education system and site youtube.com, and I found 62,000 plus results. 62,000 more videos in 5 years about perils of Indian education system. Solutions? Nobody made. So this is why I am coming up with a program that helps you get over these tendencies, that reforms on a deeper level. So why I have designed this program? Because the pain is too much. There is, and the cause is self-inflicted misery. 70 to 80% of the time, the cause is self-inflicted misery. You keep on fighting about a reservation where the seats are only 600, the jobs are only 300. That too, they don't open every year. How much? What benefit is it going to do? But to question and to think around that, is there a better strategy? See, I want people of India to start thinking, are we just going to be glorified or rather misrepresented glorific mass to mass, because a lot of Indian economy is dependent on population and it's not very healthy, it's not sustainable, because the earning capacity of population is reducing. But nobody, but and it's the same thing at fault. Are there better strategies? Or do you think in the same time frame, like, because the Voldemort right now has reached there, yes, it is going to sound very painful if you are in that position. So this program is even for you, because the education system rewards only a few and punishes a lot of others. It gives you the gifts you don't want. It is like putting a big black rock in a gift box, wrapping it up with a red color or a sparkly any kind of a gift paper, or even the most elite gift papers, and then just putting nice ribbons on something like nice packaging, but the underlying thing gift is a rock. Now who would say that maybe some people have figured out to collect those rocks and make a small house out of it, but that's not enough. Maybe the best strategy is to throw away the rock. If you're drowning, especially, how do you expect your capabilities to work up in a way? Because in the age which we are going to come up, the artificial sentience and intelligence would take up some things. It will be a major factor in driving the economy. But the capability to sustain would come with human rationality. There is a component you can solve these things, and there are multiple things I can see. Especially India needs it at this point of time. But the Voldemorts above, they are over glorifying certain things. Have you seen the point is, we struggled so much to gain an education. So isn't it, sir, isn't it a good thing that you struggled so much that I don't have to? No, Anas. ऐसे नहीं चलेगा, you would have to struggle. No. Start thinking deep. And everybody can do it. It's not dependent on so many things. My objective is to at least show you a way that you don't need, that you might have a different way out of the situations you're facing in. Maybe there are certain underlying problems, certain underlying rocks that you can obliterate, throw away, crush, or break, and maybe some other avenues things will come. Not just professionally, not just income wise, relationship wise, it covers almost everything. And people had figured this out everywhere else. And ऐसा कोई so yeah, do connect with me over the links mentioned below. First priority, discovery DM is free for this one. And as far as the video goes, I'm not leaving you with any stone unturned. First of all, for Voldemort's, you need to analyze. Just take a step back. Not just for Voldemort, even if you are facing problems from a Voldemort, just take a step back. Just take a step back. Evaluate. Okay. This is the problem. This is whatever is being said is irrational. So the next time you would figure out, okay, at this point, but don't let them know. The key is don't let them know, because they will change their strategies. As for Voldemorts are concerned, try not to be one. Try, matlab. Maybe your success is not your alone. Maybe when you were studying so hard, trying to get, there was a lady trying to managing your household clothes. Maybe the city you were in had a very good English teacher or a science teacher. Maybe that didn't happen everywhere. Maybe there were better roads or better things. Maybe you had better books than others to study. All these things contribute. Success is a paradox. It's not it's not 100% of a function. If you want to say, let's say, people have this illusion born out of attachment to their identity, which is called ego. The ego is not pride. That's just one function. Attachment to your identity is called ego, or the ahem. The Sanskrit word is ahem. There are some loose translations. They are not exact translations, and phonetic and transliteral meanings keep on evolving. What meant in Latin doesn't mean in English, and meanings also change out of time. So, for Voldemort's, try to introspect. Try to be slightly peaceful. Whatever you might be operating, maybe you're operating from a priority which is obliterative in nature. Don't do that, because that will come back and bite you sooner or sooner. Someday an Expelliarmus might destroy your Avada Kedavras. How did you find this video? Shaking? If you're finding this video shaking, okay, I am shaken from my within. Whether you're shaken for, oh, this is good, or whether you're shaken, shit, my whole secrets are out, write S. If you find it enjoyable, write E in the comment section. If you find this bald man is talking some nonsense, burning with the smoke, then write N. Do like the video, share it with other people if you find. Subscribe to this channel, and you will keep on getting the pitara, like the box. Maybe a jumping frog of, maybe someday that chocolate frog would be so delightful that you will be mesmerized. Stay tuned with Veridia.